we've got to move on to Saturday's Mail now, and this group, UNRWA,
yes,
from what was it, the Thundercats?
Is that what it is? Mumra, you're thinking?
Yeah. I'm thinking of Mumra.
It did live for a while, didn't it? Yeah. So this is David Lammy says Britain will restart funding UN aid body in Gaza with 21 million as Foreign Secretary reverses pause prompted by unsubstantiated claims that staff are involved in Hamas terror. So this is UNRWA. The W silence. I don't know what all the letters stand for, but it's someone with attitude. You know that
it's
much.
a UN body
that
has been accused of having a small number of Hamas sympathisers within its ranks.
I think it's quite a big proportion.
Not just sympathisers, being involved.
I think it was around 12. Wasn't
and
it?
actually
12,
involved in the these are not just sympathisers, but people who actually got involved in the terror and slaughtering civilians.
Yeah, well, Lammy is saying that those were unsubstantiated allegations, and that's why he's making the funding happen.
Even if they're... Well, it's not just that they're unsubstantiated. There's then an independent report into this body that has come up with recommendations of changes that need to be made to keep it neutral. Well, if you can come up with changes that need to be made, that's not exonerating this group, is it? That's saying something is wrong, something has gone awry. So even though you don't necessarily have evidence, look, it seems a little bit rotten. There's claims that...
OK, so at the moment, there is no suggestion that they have found that these people definitively did not take part in the atrocity. Is that right?
And they have definitely found evidence of... I mean, Tory MP Richard Holden raised these concerns with David Lammy. He said UNRWA schools have been repeatedly used by terrorists to store weapons and launch attacks from.
OK.
And they've found, they've found evidence of electricity being used, the facilities being shared almost. And it's not like anybody's working at these UNRWA facilities that's like, oh, do you think there's... there's Hamas in the basement? Like, they know. So
this is definitely a problem because, I mean, we had the Wall Street Journal reporting on intelligence dossiers which suggested that up to 10% of UNRWA's staff had connections to Islamist groups. As you say, the schools, now obviously UNRWA is providing a lot of the schools and education throughout Gaza, but we know that a significant portion of those teachers have been praising Hamas on Telegram and this kind of thing. So there's something rotten there.
Yes.
Wouldn't Lammy be better off exercising a little bit of caution until we have definitive answers?
But your flip side is that who else can provide the conduits for the aid that's needed right now? So what you've got is a tricky situation. You need to possibly use their system, that infrastructure, whilst at the same time trying to reform it or replace it, have a body that can do this work. But at this moment, you kind of need them to facilitate things.
OK, a bit tricky, that one. Then we're